Hi guys, it's Adrian again. Today is review day and I'm really excited to bring you guys the Addi Click System Interchangeable Needle Set. Now, I have to start this by saying Addi hasn't asked me to do this video. They haven't paid me or given me any free stuff. This is just something that I've been using for probably a couple of years now and I love it. It is interchangeable needle set. This product is really great and I pretty much use it for absolutely everything. For those of you who don't know what an interchangeable needle set is, it is cords that you can connect separate needle tips to so that you can make any number of combinations of circular needles. Now, if you don't know what circular needles are, they are two needles that are connected by a cord so that you can knit either loops of, well, tubes of fabric, or you can knit really long pieces of flat fabric as the cord will hold onto your stitches. Now, there are a few different circular needle or interchangeable needle sets out there on the market, but I am going to show you Addi today. Now, let's have a look inside the case. We'll cover up my face for this. So this is the lace short tip set, and Addi actually have 4 kits very similar to this. The first is the standard, or I think they call it the Addi Basic. And now that gives you 10 sets of needles. They are 5 inches long, so about 12.5 centimeters long. And there are 3 cords to make 20 inch, 32 inch and 40 inch circular needles and that's measurement from one tip to the other. Now the Addi lace short tip needle set has a slightly different length needle. It is 3.5 or about 8.5 centimeters long, or 3.5 inches to 8.5 centimeters long. And there are only 8 needle tip sizes in here. I'll show you that again. So instead of the 10, there are 8. But in this kit, you actually get 5 cord lengths, and that's to make 16 inch, 20 inch, 24, 32, 40 inch circular needles from tip to tip. And now in metric measurements, that's 40, 50, 60, 80 and 100 centimeters. I'm going to put all of the information in the description box below and link to Addi's needle shop so you can find out exactly what the specifications of these needle kits are. Another kit that they have in the product range is the lace long tip. Now it's very similar to the lace short tip, but it doesn't have the same number of cords. Now the reason I love the lace short tip kit so much is because you can actually get that 16 inch short, small circumference circular needle. And this is great for making sleeves. You can make hats mostly with this before switching to double pointed needles. And pretty much it's such a versatile kit that I really don't have any other needles that I use apart from the sort of bamboo double pointed needles for when I need to get down to a really, really small diameter of knitting. The other benefit of having the lace tips are that they are a lot finer. They have more of a point to them, whereas the basic set are a little bit more blunt. And the lace long tip set also has that fine needle. Now the last kit that they have in the range is the Natura set, and that's actually the bamboo needle tips. It's pretty much the same as the basic set. Instead, it's not using nickel plated brass, which is what all of the other sets use, but they're using bamboo, and it comes in a green case. Now these cases aren't leather or anything, but they're good enough quality. Mine has lasted, it's taken a battering over the last few years. So what you get in the kit, you get your cords, your needle tips, you get a little Addi heart pin, which is kind of cute. And you also get a connector piece, which is just it's almost like a needle without any tips. And it can actually connect to save your work, like a stitch saver. So you can take your tips off, connect the connector, and there's no way that the stitches are going to fall off the work that way. And the other reason is that you can actually connect cables to make really long cables. So the possibilities are pretty huge with these sets. They're very versatile. Addi has been around since I think the 18-somethings. And it's a tried and true brand. They do have a lifetime manufacturer guarantee they have a lifetime warranty on manufacturer defect. So, and I actually have had a small problem with the needles. They're not like a typical interchangeable set where they don't screw in and then require a tool to tighten, which is great because there's no small tool to lose in this kit. They do actually just lock together. You've got to push them, twist them, and they lock together. And one of the needles that I got years ago just wouldn't push in or lock, so I sent that back and there was no drama, and I haven't had any problems with it since. The only negative that I can find for this product is the connection between the cable and the needle. It's not really rough at all, and it kind of does depend on the yarn that you're knitting with, but it can sort of catch a little bit, not to the point where it's tearing through fibers and just really ruining the product, but I have noticed that jump sometimes. Another thing I forgot to mention about the lace long tip is the Sos cords. So this is a sort of a unique product, and what it does is it actually allows you to run a lifeline through the cable, so that you don't actually have to weave that through. It can just be part of your knitting, which I think is really great, especially if you're doing an intricate lace design or even a Fair Isle piece, and you just definitely want a lifeline in there. I'm a little bit dangerous and I don't use lifelines, mainly because I don't trust myself to rip back to them. I don't know why. So let's have a little look at the cables. I don't think I've got all of my cables in here because they are currently they are not working, because I've got all the needles here, but they're just holding things that I'm never going to finish. But these are the cords. You can actually get blue ones as well, and I don't think there's any difference in them. They're very, very flexible. I know some of the older style kits or fixed circular needles kind of worked better if you soaked them in warm water, and that made them a little more pliable, but these are obviously really pliable. And I have knit Magic Loop with these before, and it was really good. Magic Loop is a strange entity that I'm going to talk about one day. But we've got the nickel-plated copper connector piece here, and I'll get the needle out for you. It's really easy. I've read some reviews and people are saying, I really just don't know how to connect these together. You don't have to line symbols up. They do have little symbols here, and you can match them, push in, twist clockwise to lock it in, and then push in, twist counterclockwise to unlock it. It's really that easy, but I never look. I just connect them when I can, and I just sort of jiggle until it doesn't move anymore. Then I know I can lock it in. And it's really just that simple. So this is great for, I started knitting a jumper, and the pattern had me use smaller needle sizes and then jump up a needle size after I'd finished the band. And with these, it's just so simple. You don't actually have to transfer to another set of needles or another circular set. So yeah, there's, heaps of benefit to using interchangeable needles. And as I said, that's pretty much all I use these days, unless I'm doing something so small circumference that I need to switch down to double pointeds. But even then, it's a choice that I make, because you can knit socks using this. Obviously, you can knit Magic Loop. So it could be the only kit that you'll need. And I love mine. I don't know if I think I did say at the beginning that this was not sponsored by Addi, or they haven't approached me to do a review. It's just something that I really wanted to show you guys. And there was a good review that I saw, and I'm going to put the link down here below just so you can check out that review. Kyle actually can show you every one of the kits because he's coming from a storefront, whereas I've only got the one to show you here. So I think if you check that out, that would be a great review to have a look at. If anyone at Addi is listening, my contact details are in my bio. Happy to receive things to review. All right, guys, that was just a really quick review of the Addi Click System Interchangeable Needle Sets, available in 4 different ranges: basic, lace short, lace long in the pink case, and Natura or bamboo in the green. Check them out. The link to their store is below, and stay tuned for more alternate goodness. Bye.